Hi students, today we will revise chapter 4. Okay, so everyone get ready with the book. Revision of the chapter we will do today. Hi students of class 7, today we will start the revision of chapter 4. So everyone get ready with the book and let us start the class. Internet privacy is the privacy and security of the personal data published using the internet. It is a broad term that refers to the ways and means of using techniques and technologies to protect private data and preferences. Data privacy refers to the use of technology and the legal right to expect privacy in the collection and sharing of data about oneself. Internet privacy is the ability to control what information one reveals about oneself over the internet and to also control who can access that information. These concerns include whether an email can be stored or read by someone else without the consent of the user. This privacy issue is of paramount importance to user, especially as e-commerce is on the risk. The data collected and stored in the cookies regarding the user's preference can also be misused by the website owners. Risk to the internet privacy includes phishing, pharming, spyware and malware. So, when we are using the online shopping sites or the e-commerce sites, we give our personal address, phone number, name, and sometimes for payment we give our bank account details too. So, this information, how they are stored, how they are not misused, these things are protected using the internet privacy terms. So whenever any online site or the e-commerce sites we are accessing, they have their internet privacy, that how our personal information is protected over there, safely saved over there. No other can use it for any misuse and we get the harm in return. These things are taken care by the internet privacy. Next, what is pharming? Pharming is a form of online fraud which redirects website visitors to a different IP address for stealing their personal information. Next, software privacy. In context of IT, information technology, the common violation of the laws is done in unauthorized duplication of software. Software piracy can be defined as the legal copying of software for distribution within the organization or to the friends, club or other groups, or for duplication and resale. That means whenever you are buying a software and after that you are copying those software material to another software and selling it in the market, it is not legal. It is illegal. You should not do that. For that, software privacies are there. This could be in the form of downloading music and videos from the internet, duplication of the licensed copy of the software for use by others. It is a crime to copy and redistribute copies of unlicensed software. Okay. Next we have the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights are the rights given to the person over the creation of their minds, which includes inventions, literacy and artistic works and symbols, names and images used in e-commerce. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. They may include patent, copyright, industrial design right, trademarks and trade secret. These all are included whenever you are using someone else's idea into your own. It is not ethical to use someone else's property without prior permission of the creator. Everyone should take the permission first. It is considered a crime and is liable for several penalties. If you can caught in hand, you can be penalized very badly. These days, information is available very easily over the internet. But to prevent the misuse and to protect the intellectual property right of the individuals, messages are displayed on the website about the copyright. Everyone can see the copyright. If you want to use it, you have to follow the copyright features or the options that are mentioned. So, first, digital footprint. While using the internet, the trail of data we leave is called the digital footprint. This includes the website we visit, emails we send, and information we submit for the different online services. It can be passive or active. So, whenever we are browsing the internet, whatever we are typing, whatever we are searching, whatever site we are visiting, whatever email we are opening or sending, information that we submit for online services, those are called the digital footprint. And digital footprint are of two types, passive or active. Now, passive digital footprint is a data trail we leave unintentionally. For example, when we log on to a site, it may identify your internet service provider and your location. Our search history is saved by some search engine and is a more personal digital footprint. This is the passive digital footprint. Active digital footprint consists of data that we submit online deliberately. For example, sending an email which can be sent or seen by other people, posting on social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. contribute to your digital footprint. Publishing a blog will also to contribute to your digital footprint. Now, these are the active digital footprints. It is important to consider what trail of data we are leaving behind. Although everyone use the internet has a digital footprint. Whenever we are using internet, we must have some digital footprint left behind. But it is easy to think before we post. Sometimes any website or send a hurtful mail to somebody. You may think that by deleting the post mail, we have removed it from the internet. But once the data has been shared online, there is no guarantee that you will ever be able to remove it from the internet. So before posting anything, before searching anything, before doing any social activity in the internet, please think about it first, then do it. In order to keep in pace with the changing generation, the Indian Parliament passed the law, Information Technology Act 2020. The IT Act 2020 has been conceptualized on the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. That is, some model is there that will define the IT Act 2000. Now, next is cybercrime. Cybercrime is a crime that is committed using the computer and the internet, where computer may be the target or the tool or the both. They may involve criminal activities such as identifying threat, fraud, forgery, phishing, hacking and defamation. Defamation. Cyber crime are addressed by the Information Technology Act 2000. Cyber police take care of these cyber crimes. So, whenever we are walking in the internet, whenever we are searching, whenever we are working in the social media, please be careful whenever you are posting anything. Think before you do. As we have done the revision of chapter 4 today, today's HW will be to read the whole chapter thoroughly, all the points, all the topics thoroughly at home. And if you have any query regarding today's class, please write in the comment box. I will reply you back. And you have to now know that you will start writing the let's recap in the computer CW copy. So stay at home, do your work and stay safe. Study at home and bye-bye. Bye. As we have done the revision work today, revision of the chapter, so now it's your turn to read the chapter thoroughly and after that write the let's recap of this chapter in the computer CW copy and send me the work at dphjhelpdesk@gmail.com for correction. So everyone, stay at home, stay healthy, finish your work, don't forget it to send it to me and bye-bye.